Hey, Nation, Harry here, back with Dan Foote from Anchorage, Alaska, my old stomping grounds. He's the hostess with the mostest, the MSP, the go-to guy up in Anchorage, Alaska. Welcome back, Dan, and welcome to springtime.
Thanks, Harry. It's good to see you again.
All right. Yeah. Hey, I want to, continue the topic of the day as far as MSPs are concerned, and that would be taking care of your clients. I mean, we're talking off camera, and that's a real pillar of the success of your business. So let's talk about that. How are you taking care of your clients right now in Alaska?
Well, to the best of our ability, as always. The one big concern that I have is what we're seeing as the perfect storm of events of oil prices, no tourism, whether we're going to have a fishing industry this year or not that will be successful. And those are three areas that Alaska's a resource-driven state, period.
Yeah.
Even tourism can be related to resource because people come up to Alaska for the experience and to do the tourism thing, but they're coming up to see what we have to offer, the mountains, the fishing, etc. So we're such a resource-driven state, it's crazy. So we're in this perfect storm where oil has dropped down into nothing land. Nobody even bothered to flush the toilet. They just let it drain on out, no stopping it. And we're in real trouble there. So we have some industries, some clients that are at risk here. And what I've been telling them is, look, I still have to invoice you, but whether you can pay or not right now is irrelevant. We're going to take care of you to the best of our ability. We're going to do what we need to do. We may scale back services or the level of services, but we're still going to be there for you for what you need to do. We've got a restaurant in downtown Anchorage that's very popular that is now entirely shut down until they can start spinning up. We've got a client down on the Kenai in the tourism industry, fishing, rafting, ecotourism. He's really hurting down there from the lack of being able to book anything with any certainty. But we're there for them as best, like I say, as best we can.
Yeah.
So we see that as a major problem. But what we're also doing is we're working with our work from home clients. A number of the companies that we work with have their staff redistributed, and we're doing things like making sure that we're deploying Cisco Umbrella through the remote client to those machines so that we can protect the click, is what I call it. So that somebody clicks on that one link, that one website link, email link, whatever, we look to trap that, stop that before they even get there. And we found that that service is just bonus points ahead, far better than antivirus. It's usually way ahead of the curve when it comes to protecting clients. And making sure that where we can, we have antivirus agents and have offered to up security for these work from home users.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting. Now, do you predict or foresee, and maybe it's not of interest to you, but do you foresee just at a generic level a consolidation of IT providers and MSPs in Anchorage, that kind of thing?
I think that stands a really good chance. I've heard from Janet, our business development director, that she's talking to some folks that are having real trouble getting their IT support to be responsive to them. Well, even on a good day, that's not terribly unusual. We've seen that for years.
Yeah.
But it's getting worse, and we're trying to navigate how to go about engaging with them, which we can do. We have the expertise to do this all remote. We can do almost everything remote as long as we have willing participants involved. So I think that you're correct on that. I know a number of companies that had brick and mortar or still have brick and mortar shops. We never have. We've never had a brick and mortar shop with Dantech services. Our support staff, our entire staff works remote and has since day one. And we didn't have to send anybody home to go get set up to handle calls. We were already there. And that has really helped us. It also, hindsight always amuses me, because the training out there for MSPs is to find a vertical niche. You should be targeting this niche and work strongly there, because that's where your gold is. And here, what we've found with this, if you had a vertical in restaurants or medical or dentistry or any number of other niches, you're likely getting hammered. I never saw that. I guess maybe selfish or arrogance or whatever you want to call it, from my end of things, I could never target just a niche. I always looked at small business, and I think I always blame it on Alaska. Living in Alaska is different, and we want to be able to support as many different clients as we can, even if they cross boundaries of a certain niche. We want to make sure that we can take care of them. So we're fairly spread out, and I think that's benefited us as well.
Yeah.
But when the dominoes start falling, when those dominoes start falling that we're seeing, we're going to have to make some changes in what we do, and we've got some ideas there as well.
Yeah, I'll end on this, because I echo your economic theory in this sense. Now, I'm guilty as charged, because I built my career on what I would call a product stack niche of small business server. So I talk out of both sides of my mouth. But what you're getting at is sort of diversifying away. I think it's been a while, but I think you call it systematic risk. The problem with the niche is that you can be Mr. Dentist MSP, right? Or Mr. Veterinarian, Joe Axney in Denver, Colorado, right. Mr. Veterinarian MSP. When times are good, they're very good. When times are bad, they're very bad, because you didn't diversify away. Again, it's either systematic or unsystematic risk, but you get the point. You don't have any diversity, man.
Yeah. So we're looking at an extended diversification with a very strong look at opening up a very low-cost residential service, which is not something that I really want to do. But my goal is to protect Dantech services and keep it going. And with this overlap that we're seeing from remote workforce or work from home users, it can benefit everybody, and we do have the expertise to do it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, my friend, we're going to check in with you next month. Hey, how long are the days? If we're talking late April, you probably are starting to poke around 11 p.m. for dusk, 10:30 p.m. for sunset?
Probably about 10:30, yeah, somewhere in there. We were in the hot tub last night and commenting on the same thing about how light it was at 9:45 at night. So yeah. Good stuff.
All right. Thank you for being one of our analysts. Keep up the good work, my friend.
You take care, Harry. Thank you very much for your time.